You are the product. They are the business. You're working for them for free. You don't have any control of what they do. You can't control who you reach. You don't control your content, and you're not getting paid.
DIY.
This one really had me thinking for a second. Rashad from Earn Your Leisure, which is a financial platform by some really intelligent brothers that really give the game in terms of financial literacy. I really love what they do. Rashad says, being on social media is worse than signing a bad record deal.
I always look at the music industry as these artists, they signed their rights away, they gave away their masters, or these different executives, they took advantage of these artists. And I would never do that if I was in a position that I would always control my master. You signed your masters away for free. If you're on social media, you agreed to let them use your content, repurpose your content however they feel free. You agreed to promote their platform. You're actually making content for them, which they're selling ads against, and you're not getting paid anything. And you've never questioned it one time. So anything that's free, you're the product. That's like an artist going into the studio for 10 hours a day and making an album every single week and never receiving one royalty. Because that's what we're doing. You think you're just making a post. You're making content that they're selling ads against. If there's no platform and nobody's making content, then there's no revenue model for them to make money from. Never thought about it like that. You're literally working for them and you've never got paid for it. You don't own your content. You gave the rights away as soon as you signed up for it. And you want to complain about Diddy. Y'all got 360 deals for free and you're okay with that. And I've never heard one person complain. Think about it. They tricked you to think that this is all fun and games, or they call you a content creator or influencer or just a regular person. You got 300 followers, 500 followers. It doesn't matter. You're still making content. You are the product. They are the business. You're working for them for free. You don't have any control of what they do. You can't control who you reach. You don't control your content, and you're not getting paid.
Stop, Rashad, stop. You don't gotta say the inside voices so loudly. You're calling us out. Isn't it interesting that we're living in times where people are full of so much contradiction, including myself, and that we can talk as much stuff as we want to talk about when it comes to the music industry and how they have these predatory deals that take advantage of young artists that don't know any better, that don't have proper representation. They steal their music, they own their masters, just do all this treacherous stuff that creates these traumatic experiences for these young creatives. Isn't it funny that when you're pointing your finger, you're pointing a thumb back at you? I never understood that statement until I did it in real life. I was like, oh yeah. What Rashad just said makes me look at social media from the same perspective that I look at it when I made the decision this year. I said this year, I'm doing 90% YouTube and 10% social media, especially when Instagram chose to take away the monetization feature. When they took away those real bonus, which I was eating up and getting a nice little check at the end of the month, it justified me spending as much time as I did on there. But I think that sometimes we forget when we're on social media, the currency is not just attention. The currency is time. Your time equals Instagram's money. Your time on YouTube equals YouTube's money. That's why they call it watch time. They're clocking it. But it's interesting for us to be on these pedestals and talk about, oh, how dare you give away your masters and da-da-da. When you're putting up content, I don't know if you know this or not, when you're putting up content, you don't own that, which is why you cannot legally do anything to these platforms when they delete your account. Regardless of how much original content you made, it's not your platform.
These artists, they signed their rights away, they gave away their masters, or these different executives, they took advantage of these artists. And I would never do that if I was in a position that I would always control my master. You signed your masters away for free.
Every day you're signing your masters away for free. The only reason why I give so much of my time to YouTube is because it does equal a bottom line for what I'm doing for everything that I'm doing. The ad revenue, the product sales of sound packs, of courses, this all equals out into an ecosystem of multiple streams of revenue. When you think about how much time that you have given to social media in your lifetime, do you even want to know what that number is? We may not want to acknowledge it or think about it this way, but we're working for Instagram, or at least interning. We're at their business, and we are helping the revenue for their bottom line go up by clicking on ads, looking at ads, viewing something for longer than 3 or 4 seconds. We are adding to that space. Not to mention, if you're a content creator, you're for sure giving your time to edit, record, script, write copy, research hashtags, and put all that stuff out there on their platform. We're working for them. I'm working for YouTube right now. The only difference is that working for Instagram, just in the name of reach, Now I couldn't justify it because I'm like, you're taking too much of my time in order for this to be a success. But my time equals their money.
You're on social media. You agreed to let them use your content, repurpose your content however they feel free. You agreed to promote their platform. You're actually making content for them, which they're selling ads against, and you're not getting paid anything. And
you're agreeing to put your content up here because everybody told you cannot be successful without social media. And it's not a lie, right? At some level, you need to be social within the media space. You have a choice of what that media space is, but using a platform that won't even pay you for the hard work that you do to collect people in their time. There are certain people that I know I won't even check Instagram if they don't post content. That's how big of a fan I am. Like Alex Hormozy is one of those. He is doing the work that Instagram itself is not doing on a daily basis. Now, they're doing work to make sure this is a reliable platform for him to deliver his message on, but I can get his message from other places. He's doing the creative work that keeps me coming back to the platform, keeps me scrolling. And then once I start scrolling and doom scrolling, they've done their job with the algorithm. But it's interesting how we're willing to give away all that hard work, but then criticize the artists who are willing to give away that hard work, and we do the same exact thing.
Never questioned it one time. So anything that's free, you're the product. That's like an artist going into the studio for 10 hours a day and making an album every single week and never receiving one royalty.
I don't know how long it takes y'all to make content, but he's not lying. This editing process alone, like even editing these clips, it's gonna take about 2.5 hours between the editing, thumbnail, between the research on making sure the video is as visible as possible. It all takes time. Dedicating that to social media when they're not willing to pay you, they got you in the worst record deal ever.
That's what we're doing. You think you're just making a post. You're making content that they're selling ads against. If there's no platform and nobody's making content, then there's no revenue model for them to make money from. You never thought about it like that. You're literally working for them and you've never gotten paid for it. You don't own your content. You gave the rights away as soon as you signed up for it. And you want to complain about Diddy. Y'all got 360 deals for free and you're okay with that. And I've never heard one person complain.
Look at my message. My message stayed the same. I said, damn. I didn't think about it like that, Rashad. I'm just coming from the perspective of someone who created content on Instagram on a regular basis. Last year, I think I put up a post every single day. As much time as I dedicated to that, I did not see what that should have been in terms of the income back. I made the choice to go to that social media platform. I still got clips going viral from when I did these motivational voiceovers on Instagram, going crazy. I had some months where I got a cool little $1,000 check from the social media stuff. I was like, yo, cool. I'll keep doing this. I can feed this. It's another stream of revenue, right? And I can share this also on my other platforms. I can make it make sense. Now that I stopped posting on there, clips are still being used and I'm not being paid for it. It makes me think about the fact that I've been blessed enough to say that I got paid. I think about those who are doing it right now and they're still trying to figure out ways to get paid. They're not even being paid for the work they're doing right now. And I know there's some people like a Gary Vee that's like, that's the wrong perspective to have on it because you have to invest that. Take advantage of this reach because it won't always be the same reach. I understand that. But I think that it's important that at some point in time, you look up and you take some kind of acknowledgement for the amount of time going out and the amount of money coming in. And if those two don't justify each other, you have to ask, am I in the right space? This is the issue I've always had with social media platforms. Why don't you allow me to ever collect emails directly from your platform? Why don't you allow me to connect with the people that I have created amazing content to attract? Why can't I connect with them offline? Why do I have to use MailChimp? Why do I have to use all these other platforms to bring them to what I'm doing offline? Could it be that the value of the people there is the fact that you have that information and I don't? But I've always had this issue of why social medias don't allow me to do a full-blown export of all these people, right? This is my fan base. This is my audience, right? The ones that I'm allowed to sell products to, give value to. Without your platform, I don't have them anymore. So what is my audience? That's a conversation I had when I stopped going on MySpace. Tom, where are my friends? Why can't I have any access to them unless I go through your platform? I think it's definitely something to give a lot of thought to. We're all full of these contradictions, especially when we're pointing fingers at this, but willing to give free work towards this because everybody else is doing it. Those are my thoughts, though. What do you guys think? DIYers, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you hit the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. Come on, man. Stop being greedy. Peace.